A very good day to you. I want to speak to you today about the subject of giving. You know, our God, by nature, is a giver. He gave us His only begotten Son. Right? It is better to give than to receive. But very few of us know that. Now, I want to read a scripture to you. Something that Jesus said. It's in the book of Matthew, and I'm going to read from chapter 25 and verse 40. It's a parable that Jesus was telling His people. And the king will answer and say to them, assuredly I say to you, inasmuch as you did it to one of the least of these my brethren, you did it to me. That was the sheep and the goats. Remember, Lord, when did we visit you in prison? Lord, when did we visit you in hospital? When did we give you food to eat? Inasmuch as you've done it to the least of these my brethren. You know, we said on an earlier program that we need to preach the gospel, all of us. At Shalom here, what we say is one genuine miracle equals 1,000 sermons. I want to suggest to you, submit to you, that one good deed equals 1,000 sermons. You know, one of our young men from our children's home is about to start work. He's got his matric. I took him down on Monday for an interview with a farrier, because he's going to be a farrier. He's going to be a blacksmith. He's going to sort out horses' hooves, and it's a wonderful, wonderful work. And he was so excited. He was all dressed up, and we went into a restaurant, and I thought I'll buy him a nice breakfast, because this is his like sending off into the world to go and make his own living. So we had a big mixed grill, typical farmers, and of course it cost quite a packet. And then came time to pay for the bill, and the waitress bought the bill, and this young man was watching me out of the corner of his eye. And as I paid, I gave her a tip. And I said to him, Kumbi, never ever tip less than 10%. Not less than 10%. That's what we do anyway. Hey, but Dad, that's a lot of money. I said, that's right, but that lady deserves it. She's got a family. So we gave her a generous tip, and off we went. Now we had to go buy him a bicycle. Now I had a very limited budget because we've got a lot of children at our children's home. And I walked into the shop, and I tell you what, the guys were waiting for us. I don't know if the hat had something to do with it. Anyway, I said, look, we've got a limited budget. We need to get a bicycle for Kumbi because he's got to get from his digs to work and back. They said, will it be on the tarmac? I said, only on the tarmac. They said, we've got just a bike. I said, guys, we don't have a lot of money, please. They took us into the back, and we saw a beautiful racing bike. Drop handlebars, narrow tires. One of the bikes that Lance Armstrong would have probably been riding. As soon as I saw it, I mean, Kumbi's eyes got big, and he was smiling, and I was just saying, Lord, we can't afford this. I know these bikes go for up to 100,000 rand, I believe. I said to the man, how much do we owe you? He says, 10 rand. I said, excuse me? 10 rand. I couldn't believe it. I just about started crying. I said, no, we can't. He said, that's all, it's yours. So we gave him 10 rand. In fact, I gave him 50 rand. He gave me 40 rand change. You know, folks, I walked out, and then the next test came. I got into the car, and there was an old car guard behind me, and he was directing the traffic. He looked like he had a few drinks as well. But at least he was working. He wasn't begging. And as I started to reverse the car, I looked in my wallet, and I had 2 rand, a 2 rand piece and a couple of coins. And the Lord had just given us a bicycle that's worth, I don't know how many thousands, for 10 rand. We'd given that waitress a nice tip for the meal, and now this car guard was guiding us out. I had 2 rand here, and I had no more change. I looked into my wallet, and the smallest bill I had was a 20 rand note. And the Holy Spirit challenged me, said, what are you going to do about it? I gave him the 20 rand note. The old man just about fell on his back. He treated us like royalty, and off we drove. If you want to receive, you must give. And you don't give for that reason. Go out today and do unto the least of these brethren as you would do unto Jesus, and He'll bless you. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.